Good morning, everybody. Crypto STRANG here from the UK. Very honoured to have ADEL from DAPSCOIN with us. Welcome, all the way from Australia. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me on the show, and thanks for making the time. And I'm really excited to have a chat with you all today.
Thanks very much. I appreciate it. Your DAPS is the one I get the most responses from on Twitter, my Facebook group, so it's an absolute honour to have you on. Thanks very much. So,
wonderful.
Would you like to give us a brief overview and how DAPS is developing and what you've done the last few months?
Sure. So our mainnet finally launched in September 2019. And since then, no issues, no hacks, no nothing, which is fantastic. So yeah, we've been busy the last few months, you know, with the new year, developing our web wallets, mobile wallets. We got our hardware partner, SecureX, which we'll talk about a bit later. So we've just really been keeping busy, and actually, I think doing pretty well, you know, in spite of, you know, all the challenges this year with coronavirus and the economy uncertainty and things like that. Yeah, I'm proud of the team and the community and supporting us and you know, making progress every day. So it's good.
That's great. I'll say your community is so passionate. It's on Twitter, for example, the community instantly retweet and like and comment, and you have a real passionate community. That's for certain. So obviously from a Facebook group, Instagram, also on YouTube, I've got many questions. Obviously, there's far too many to ask you on this, otherwise you've been with us for hours.
Yes. Well, that's a good thing.
It's a good thing in one respect, but yeah, otherwise I'll just take up far too much of your time. So I'll just go through a few questions with you.
Sure. Maybe we'll do a second interview further down the line, and then we can answer some more.
So the first question was, can you please advise the total supply of DAPS? Someone said there's 60 billion currently in circulating supply out of the 70 billion. Is that correct?
Yes, so there's 60 billion supply, and then the 70 billion, which will be the max supply, is over 16 to 19 years is what we estimated. And that's just the emissions that's slowly paying out the rewards, because we do pay rewards for proof of audit mining, the masternodes, and of course staking.
Okay, that's good. That's interesting. Also, the question I got asked the most was about your recent tweet about the mobile wallets. That caused yes. So, when will these be available? Is that something still in development? Are we looking at sort of the next few months, next year perhaps, or is that something we're going to see soon?
Yeah, so mobile development, we wanted to have that ready with mainnet, but unfortunately the development house we hired back then to build mainnet for us, they unfortunately couldn't deliver. So we had to get back to the drawing board here, and just do it in-house. So that's why there's been a slight bit of a delay, but you know, it's okay. We pick up the pieces and we move on. So yes, the first release now in September will be the web wallets, which will be mobile friendly. So even if you don't have a desktop, you can still access it on your mobile, which is fantastic. And then the native iOS Android apps, we are looking for about October, possibly November, maybe sooner. But yeah, that's the timeline there. And thanks to SecureX, which is our partner, that's agreed to work with us and help us build the required code and libraries to be able to build mobile development and stuff that functions properly, because our tech stack is quite, you know, involved. It's not so easy as non-privacy coins to integrate, build their libraries and get things to actually speak to each other and work properly. So yeah, big shout out to SecureX for agreeing to come on board to help us build this required code. So very excited to finally get that out the door soon.
Is it iOS and Android, you say?
Yes, iOS, Android, and then the web wallet will now work on all browsers, of course, and also be mobile friendly, so it's responsive.
Oh, great. That's good. The roadmap mentioned ATM integration in Latin America. Is that something coming out soon? And is the plan to, I assume, go worldwide? Is that the plan? But I imagine that's got many loopholes to get through, and decisions and regulations, and I bet you get so much hassle trying to integrate that.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, with coronavirus this year, it did impact quite a lot of our potential future partners, and especially like the guy I was speaking to now for getting it integrated. It is still on the roadmap. It is still a plan. They've had some delays because they need to get their banking licenses and all their stuff approved and tested. And there's been a slight bit of delay, and understandably so. They're dealing with quite a big coronavirus outbreak there still at the moment. Yes, so understandably it's a bit delayed, but it still seems positive, and I still think it will be possible to do. But I think we need to look at 2021 for that one.
Okay, that's a huge, isn't it? A huge milestone to reach once you integrate that. That's a massive thing. So that's great. This question, I always get asked this. I don't know why. It's not the same people, it's different people. Is there any plans to have debit cards? Because Visa and MasterCard at the moment seem to have a competition about getting involved with cryptocurrency, where MasterCard didn't seem interested. Now they seem to be really focused now on cryptocurrency. Do you have any plans for debit cards or integrating with WIREX or Crypto.com?
Yes, so absolutely, very interested. I actually made contact before with the CEO at Crypto.com, very lovely, approachable guy. Yes, and definitely want to get on there. I think we just need to take the right steps at the right time. We obviously need to get the barrier to entry for DAPS solved, which is the mobile web wallet solution, hardware solution, 2 or 3 possibly bigger exchange listings. Liquidity is quite an important factor for things like debit cards and cards, because they tap into the API of the exchanges. We need to have quite a good liquidity going there for them, to be able to provide DAPS and exchange it and for people to buy all the time. So yes, that's definitely on my to-do list and wish list. And I have made contact with the necessary people running all these solutions with crypto cards. And again, I think a realistic target is 2021. We just need to get first things first, all the steps that come into line. But yeah, we are actually announcing a partnership soon with somebody that is already going to help us with instant swapping of DAPS, no KYC, which is fantastic. And what is the other one? Oh, there's something now I wanted to say. I hate it when something just escapes my mind, and I was like, I need to say that, and I forgot. 1 second. Yeah, so it's the swapping that we're going to do. It's another wallet partner. And like I said, once we do all the steps that we've got planned now, things will be easier for us to be able to do cards. Oh, and that's the other one. We are being integrated right now with PolisPay app, and they have a card solution already.
Oh,
so we're stepping closer in that direction. Yes.
No, it's massive progress. That's great. As I say, that question always gets asked. I don't know why, but literally. Someone else, what is the minimum DAPS to have your own masternode?
Only 1 million. Only 1 million. Yes, and you can run masternode. We've got fantastic third-party service providers as well. If you're not very tech savvy and it just seems like too much work to run your own one, hop on our website. We've got tons of third-party solutions to choose from, and I haven't heard any complaints from any of them yet. Everybody seems to be running smoothly. So
yeah, I'll put all the links below. I'll put the link to your official website, your roadmap, and your white paper, etc. I'll pull them below because there's so much information on your site. And what I liked about your site was at the bottom where you've got your achievements of 2018, 2019. It's such a long list. So I assume we're going to get a 2020 achievement list as well. But it's such a, again, I'll put that on the link below so people can read it. But it's such an informative website where you detail so much what's going on. It gives regular updates. No, it's a really good. It was. What other privacy projects do you admire?
You know what? Simple answer to that is all of them. You know what? I feel we all are fighting for a common goal.
Yeah.
We all are fighting to provide people with secure solutions to preserve their financial privacy. I think at the end of the day, everybody that works in a privacy a coin solution and that also embrace privacy coins to integrate with like partnerships and things like that, I think all of them deserve a medal. I think privacy is a big, big concern, especially now with coronavirus that's hit us globally. Human rights are just getting taken away every day. People are losing, faith in the banking systems. Government surveillance is at the all-time high, and people are really starting to like hey, you know, I need to start, you know, looking out for myself, for my future, my family, and my privacy, my right to be me and uniqueness. So kudos to everybody in the privacy industry. You know, thanks for all working towards the good common goal. And I don't have any favorites. I don't hold any other privacy coins besides that. But I keep an eye on all of them and their communities and their technologies and what they are up to. And it's so inspiring. I like to stay up to date with the other guys, our competitors, so to say. Yes. Always know what they're up to, right?
Yeah, I've done a video before, a lot of the privacy coins, and there's just so many. But also done a dedicated video on your project before. I did like the headline, "Privacy is a right, not a privilege."
Yes.
I do love that. I mentioned before in the previous video I've done, I really did like that. That was excellent. It's true. It is true. Especially to say in today's times, that is definitely true. So, wasn't it? Someone else, where are you team based? Are you a worldwide team? I assume everyone's remote working at the moment. So what's going on in the world? Do you have a centralized office?
Yes, we've been a remote team from day one, and we have people from all over Europe. Wow, where else? US, Europe, Australia, Singapore, Asia, everywhere. Everywhere there's somebody. Yeah. So it's actually great, especially for you know, getting tasks done, and especially for community management side of things. We have a 24/7 coverage. One thing I always see people comment on is like how fantastic and fast our support is. And that's purely why, because we are such a global team. You know, when I hit bed at 2 a.m. in the morning, half of the other team is already up and they take over. You know, even if I have to take a day or two off just to recharge, there's always people 24/7 available. So we're very blessed and lucky in that sense. And also with our community members, we do have some DAPS ambassadors and helpers in the community. And they also try and help as much as possible where they can, tech support, things like that. So really cool.
That's great. No, that's wonderful. Will there be an updated roadmap soon?
Yes, there will actually be an updated website soon. We are redoing all the branding.
Oh, okay.
I thought that it's about time that DAPS has a bit of a updated jacket to wear. So we'll be launching new updated logo and colors and things like that. I think everybody will like it a lot. It's a bit of a refresh. So with that, we will also be updating the website. And with that, I think we can see sort of what goals we've achieved for this year for the roadmap and what's on the wish list for next year. I know, for example, smart contracts is definitely something that's on the wish list to start research and development on. Yeah. Again, not an easy task, being a 100% private coin. So, but yes, I'm going to update all our materials. We're getting it all updated and new content and things. It might not happen within the first week of September, you know, when we're launching everything, but I'm hoping at least by October, everything should be done.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, that's great. So that probably leads on to the next question, actually. When will DAPS 2.0 be implemented? I guess that'll be on the update, on the roadmap, etc. Will it?
Yes, absolutely. So our plan with DAPS 2 is once we've now launched the mobile and web wallets, the hardware wallets and all of that, we want to start focusing heavily on our full node wallets. We want to do a big overhaul there, and also our block explorer. Again, unfortunately, the previous development house we hired, they did a bit of a mess with the current explorer with the back-end coding. The plan we had with our current explorer was, well, first of all, to be unique. As you can see, our explorer is quite unique, and that's what I wanted. The other plan was that it was going to have, on the landing page, it was going to have an interactive landing page. So as every block with DAPS was being finished, I wanted it to be interactive. So there's little blocks and things that would have fell, and you can build it like a Tetris. Yeah, so I don't think maybe the developers didn't quite grasp how to put a good infrastructure together for that. And I think because of that, the current block explorer is struggling a bit because a bit of the back end is not so good. So what we want to do is, number one, either see if we can get developers to finish the interactive part of the Block Explorer and improve the backend, or we're just gonna completely redo it. We have already a second option. It just needs a little bit more tweaks. So DAPS version 2 is gonna include massive overhaul of the full node wallets and Block Explorer, possibly more integration services, things that we can add to our mobile wallet as a solution, things like that. So that's the big plan for after we're done with all the things for this year.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, thanks. These two questions are very similar. Is there an update for the POS integration? And can you talk about the SecureX wallet? There's only 150 available.
Yes, so with SecureX for our special campaign and working together, we're doing only 150 limited edition DAPS wallets. So they are the ones that on the startup screen, it will actually welcome you with DAPS and, DAPS logo on the box, the SecureX wallet box. It will have DAPSCOIN on it. So a little bit of a special limited edition, version that will be available. So far we've sold 52. So there's still a few left. But after that, no more. But then you can obviously buy the normal SecureX hardware wallets from their website. That will have DAPS available as we will be obviously fully integrated with their systems. The POS system as well, that's offered by SecureX, that's the retail solution. So how it works is that SecureX has developed, they're the first hardware wallet solution that's developed a solution to have retailers integrate with their POS systems that they provide, but that it actually talks to the hardware wallets via Bluetooth, and that and then on the mobile app also, and on a web wallet. But obviously, when you're going to go shopping, you're going to use the mobile app. So yes, DAPS will then be immediately available for all those solutions that SecureX provide.
Okay, great. Last question, please do it. Do you have 100% code base on DAPS network, or do you still use 20% PIVX code?
So we obviously forked from PIVX, but we also, PIVX is forked from, I think, Dash, and Dash is from Bitcoin. So every coin that gets built forks of Bitcoin at least.
Yeah.
Then it just depends. So we've forked from the PIVX base, but from there we've built, as we said, 80% of our own code. Even our Ring CT code is our own developers that's built that code. So when someone says, well, are you ever going to completely get rid of the PIVX code? I think it's a bit hard if you actually forked off it to do that. But I mean, with DAPS version 2, like so much of our code and development and everything is in-house and unique on our own now. But, to save on time and resources, things like that, it's all open license technology that's available out there. So, if there's something available that we can improve for our community or our products, and we can just fork from their GitHub repository to save time and resources, then I think our developers will still, choose to go that way, because, like they say, why reinvent the wheel, right?
Exactly.
So yeah,
that's good. Oh, thanks very much. That's a great insight. But yeah, you're making huge progress. So I'm certainly a big holder of your coin. So I'm very hopeful for the future. But yeah, the mobile wallet, I can't wait for that. That'd be fantastic. So no, you're doing really well. Really appreciate you coming on.
Oh, thank you for having me. And yes, obviously, I know some people always ask me, is there more exchanges coming? Yes, they are. There always is. I think it's part of every project's plans. It's just, it's very hard to work with the exchanges. So like the listing fees are so high, requirements for market making. And so it's a bit tough for our smaller projects, to get on there or get, negotiate something is actually achievable. But we're making progress, and I'm very excited for our third year. I think that's going to be our bigger one. If you look back at all the cryptocurrency projects, most of they start really picking up steam on their third year. So
yeah. Well, you're on good way. Like Bitmart is great anyway, and Stex is great. You know, I've used Probit myself as well, so they're all very good exchanges. But yeah, obviously more the better, more visual out there. And but yeah, no, it's still good. But I've heard it's very, very difficult to get on the big exchanges, what they demand. I can imagine it is very hard work, but no.
It is hard, and it's so unfortunate, because they don't give projects that don't have, venture capital and ICO funding a fair chance to compete with the big boys or compete with the projects that's already 5-6 years old. I mean, if we can't afford a $500,000 listing fee, that to me shouldn't be the only reason why we don't get a fair chance to compete. You know? Oh well, let's see. Hopefully it will change.
No, thanks very much. Appreciate your time, ADEL. Well, I'll certainly keep
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.